Wait, were you guys best friends in elementary school?
Yeah, first grade.
Wow.
Damn.
Way back.
You guys are basically a success story because usually when people
Basically.
basically except for
Basically.
the whole you know laughing at his chinless face,
I
but
think that's part of it.
yeah,
We are a basic success story.
basic.
Yeah. It's not
You always
enough of
hear
those.
about friends coming together, working together, and there's always a fallout.
But is that only with women?
No.
actually it's not. You're
No
right.
way.
You're
No,
right.
I think it might be more common amongst men.
I mean,
Really?
even look at the band Oasis, brothers
Oh
even.
yeah, the rock bands are fraught.
Except for bands like Aerosmith, because apparently they all split it 4 ways. And so that's sort of their key to their success is that
Yeah.
there is no money feud.
Yeah, but have you seen Steven Tyler's toes?
I've never.
Don't Google that.
I have to. What do they look like?
He's endured his hardships. It may not be
What is that from, though?
in the band. I think it's from the boots.
Oh, no way.
Oh.
Like a ballerina.
Oh no.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay, do not throw ballerinas under the bus. We
I
do
know.
not
Your feet
have-
are beautiful.
We might have calluses, but
I don't know why I mentioned it, guys. I'm sorry. He goes toes out now all the time. He doesn't care. That's the reason why I felt okay mentioning it because there's so many pictures because he just wears sandals in public.
You know, I do have a friend who has similar feet, except the last 3 toes are in the air. They never touch ground. So he has his big toe down,
Yeah,
his
that's not
second toe down, and the 3 up here. So he walks around like this.
is your friend Bobby Lee?
No, but Bobby has weird thumbs. He covers
his
his
feet?
thumbs. He hides his thumbs on his feet. Yeah, so he has like aerial toes that have never touched ground. But he is so agile. I am a little confused. Like he's
Yeah, that's
He
confusing.
seems
Yeah.
at least ready for anything.
yeah.
What is your guys' secret to like staying together? What's your tips?
We celebrated 40 years of friendship.
Oh
So
my God.
at a certain point, you're more of an old married couple than friends.
Yeah.
And more of that than like brothers too.
Yeah.
I think that is the best analogy, old married couple, because it's a given that we're going to be together. It's almost beyond commitment. It's just like this is our lifestyle.
This is
who
not
we are,
changing.
right?
Yeah. So I
And we're
do.
putting,
yeah,
we're
there's
putting
a
up
few
with each
ingredients,
other,
but I do
it
think,
never threatens anything.
and I would call that commitment, yes, but also loyalty, right? I think we both have a fair amount of loyalty. I mean, we both
Yeah.
have also been. He just celebrated 25 years of marriage. I'm celebrating 24 in like two days, and so
We're committed people.
we're pretty.
We're going to be on your
are.
podcast
We're
every
pretty-
week from now on.
Thank you.
This is now our new thing.
There's not a lot of. We are very rarely, if ever, the source of drama in other friendships or groups of people, or at our place, or where we work. So I think that's a big part of it. Like we're not sources of drama for each other either, and so we just have this sort of. There's a little bit of built-in loyalty, commitment that's just part of our makeup. Because I think you kind of both have to have that in any relationship that's going to stick around for a long time. I think that's one ingredient.
Even at times on our podcast, we gotten into talking about something we didn't anticipate, and it would get a little heated, or we'd kind of be at each other a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's an honest part of the relationship that I was glad that it came out on the podcast. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was when we were arguing about if we were competitive or not.
Well, that was one of the times.
Ironically, it got really
I was
heated.
trying to convince him that he was competitive
and I was determined to
win the argument.
win the argument of not being competitive. But it got real, and it's an example of, I guess, a negative thing that's honest from a friendship fueling the content. But if you have to show up to make the show, and then you're counting on that to like fuel the friendship, you're in a danger zone.
I completely agree.
Like we do so much, we create so much content. I mean, we're working on 3,000 episodes of Good Mythical Morning. That's 5 days a week. That's 20 minutes plus right after it's the show after the show. It's another 20 minutes. So that's 40 minutes of content every day. Sometimes we block shoot things, so we're not shooting it every single day.
Yeah.
But so much of our friendship is on camera. And that's just Good Mythical Morning, Good Mythical More. And then you got like our podcast. There's just so much that's in front of the camera that what's going on behind the camera, and is there enough actual friendship stuff happening that then it can kind of fill up the cup, so to speak.
Wait, is it kind of like when you are married and then you have a baby and it's like you still have to like go on date night because...
Yeah, and we've used that same analogy of the baby, and because I would answer this question historically by saying, I think one of the keys to our friendship is the fact that we've got this baby together, this thing that we both care so deeply about, that we have created and we are nurturing and building through our career. I do think that is an important ingredient, because common interest and common goals, and that is like, that's what keeps the inevitability of us coming back together, coming into the same office over and over and over again. So you get that time together, whereas if there's like somebody on the East Coast who you don't see anymore, it's like that friendship's tough to maintain. So that is part of it. But yeah, there was a recognition a few years ago that, okay, it can't always, and this is something for me to recognize more than Link, because even when we're hanging out and it's not work related, I'll make it work related, because I've got another idea I want to talk about. Let's move this idea forward, even though we're just at this party with our friends, but now we're talking, so let's talk about work. I don't make the decision. It's on my mind.
Yeah.
But I notice these things.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm more of like, sound the alarm, hope I don't seem like a crybaby. What I've learned is that in a friendship, you've got to state your needs. And if you got something to talk about, send a text and say, I got something I want to talk about it. Or maybe don't just start talking about it if that's going to freak out the other person. But I think the thing that I learned was, it's up to me to represent my point of view and my needs in the friendship, and then it's up to him to respond. But I can't be getting upset and building stories in my mind about what he's not doing if we haven't talked about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you can learn a lot from the response. You know, if you put your needs and your feelings out there in a sincere way, well, if you do that right, then you can learn a lot from the response. Because it can either be like, well, I don't know what you're talking about, and it could be an argument, or it can be like, okay, we have different needs, we have different interests here, we have different points of view on this, but I can tell that Rhett is seeking to understand. He's seeking to hear me. Yeah. And he's seeking to respond.
And that feels
put some work in.
So safe, because all you really want is to be heard. And like, that's, you guys are, it's shocking that you haven't been to a couples therapist, because you guys sound like you have been.
We've been to our individual therapists.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But are you competitive?
No, I'm not. And I will die on that hill.